Does not wisdom call out? Does not understanding raise her voice? The Lord brought me forth as the first of his works, before his deeds of old. I was appointed from eternity, from the beginning, before the world began. When there were no oceans, I was given birth. When there were no springs abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled in place, before the hills I was given birth. Before he made the earth, or its fields, or any of the dust of the world, I was there when he set the heavens in place, when he marked out the horizon on the face of the deep, when he established the clouds above and fixed securely the fountains of the deep, when he gave the sea its boundaries so that the waters would not overstep his command, and when he marked out the foundations of the earth. Then I was a craftsman at his side. I was filled with the delight day after day, rejoicing always in his presence, rejoicing in his whole world and delighting in mankind. Now then, when my sons listen to me, blessed are those who keep my ways, listen to my instruction and be wise, do not ignore it. Blessed is the man who listens to me, watching daily at my doors, waiting at my doorway. For whoever finds me finds life and receives favour from the Lord. But whoever fails to find me harms himself. All who hate me love death.
Good morning, True Direction. Today's Bible reading has been all about wisdom and how wisdom has been around since the beginning of time and how God put it there for us and how wisdom sort of loves us and we should love wisdom. Now, what is wisdom? Now, wisdom, if you're used to wisdom, it's sort of linked with being old. Old people are generally thought of as being wise, but are old people always wise? Not necessarily. They've had more opportunity to get wise, but are they? Not necessarily. So what is wisdom exactly? Is it just something that happens to you over time? Sort of, but sort of not. What would make an old person wise? I mean, have they just collected more knowledge through their life? Well, they've had a lot more opportunity to collect knowledge, but I mean, blatantly, when you watch things like The Chase, most of those quizzes are young people who just happen to know an awful lot. They've memorised tons and tons of knowledge, and that's what makes them good at quizzes. Now, does knowledge make you wise? No. I mean, you can know something and it can make you good at quizzes, but does it make you clever for life? Not so much. Now, one thing I know, purely from watching quizzes, is that yak's milk is pink. I've learnt this purely from quizzes, and it's come up useful since the first quiz where I found out that yak's milk was pink. It's come up again a couple of times because it's an interesting fact and it's quite popular among people setting quiz questions. So a couple of times I've got a point out of knowing that yak's milk is pink. And it's something I've just accepted because it's come up in 3 quizzes now, so it must be true. Is it actually true? Well, until I was going to do this talk, I didn't actually know for sure it was true. I guessed it probably was true, but why is it pink? Who knows? I'd never really thought about it. So I went on to Google the answer of everything, and I found, is yak's milk actually pink? And it turns out, not really. Yak's milk is generally a creamy colour, unless that yak has literally, excuse me, only just given birth, in which case, for a short time, that yak's milk will be pink, because it's got a little bit of blood in it, which sounds horrible, and it's called beasting milk by the Himalayans who have this, because it's got extra goodness for a young baby. But probably not great to put on your cornflakes. Now, so yak's milk can be pink, but is it pink all of the time? No. But if it ever comes up in a quiz, the answer will probably be pink, but the answer will be mostly wrong. The quiz should have said, what colour is hippo's milk? Because that is pink all of the time for a completely different reason, although I don't think it's drinkable. Anyway, So knowing things, it can help you do well in quizzes. Does it make you wise? Now, I was doing another quiz and the question came up, how many consonants are there in the alphabet? I thought, what an easy question. And it was one of these computerized quizzes where the faster you answer, the better you do. So I wanted to be first in with the correct answer and I put it straight in and I was like, there. And I looked to my left and right and everyone else seemed to be really struggling, going A, oh no, not A, B, C, D, E, oh no, not E, F. And it took them quite a while to work it out and they were all miles behind me. And I was like, how do you not know that? And they said, well, nobody's ever asked me how many consonants there are in the alphabet before. And I was like, well, nobody's ever asked me how many consonants there are in the alphabet either. But I know that there's 26 in the whole alphabet and only 5 of them are vowels. And the maths isn't very difficult, is it? And they were like, ah. So knowledge, does it make you wise? Well, was that actually wisdom? Now, I found out only through research for this particular talk that what I had done there was not particularly wise. It was intelligent. Now, intelligence is having knowledge and knowing how to use it cleverly. So that's intelligence. Now, an intelligent person, which reasonably so, they, as I say, will acquire knowledge and also they will know, they'll be able to use that knowledge to then do well. Now, intelligent people tend to be very competitive. I'm very competitive. And they pick new things up quite quickly. I also pick things up quite quickly. I have, though, met people far more intelligent than myself who have left me with the impression that actually I'm not much above average personally. But anyway, I do quite well in maths. So is intelligence wisdom? Again, no, it isn't. Because on answering that particular quiz question, I rubbed everybody else up in the room up completely the wrong way with just how I was about having known the answer quickest and how I sort of wondered why on earth they hadn't done it the same way. That wasn't particularly nice. It was competitive, but I also, on my research of what is wisdom, intelligence tends to breed, as I say, competitiveness, but wisdom breeds more of a nurturing spirit. So wisdom is where you can be intelligent and wise, but you can also be intelligent and not terribly wise. Now,